Hi, welcome back to Let's Build and this awesome Alitalia Lancia Stratos. The reason for the video is partly to show you this. It's a popular build. I don't think it's in any way unique, but it's also to show you how to paint stock wheels, which is integral to this build, and I don't think everybody knows how to paint stock wheels, so I really want to go through that one with you. I will preface that by saying you can of course only paint a paintable wheel. If a wheel is fully chrome, it can't be painted, and I think one that is part chrome can be painted on the non-chrome parts, but funnily enough that's something I've never done. Anyway, here comes the workshop, so let's get this thing built. Okay, we'll rattle through the build now. First part here, second part in Los Santos Customs. There's not a lot of options on this car. Armour I always suggest full, brakes to full if you really like driving the car, engine again I always suggest to full. On exhaust there are a pair of round exhausts, quite long actually, a little bit longer than these on the photo I've been looking at. They're pretty much a sort of matte black, so I think stock exhaust is closest. Chrome is too shiny, titanium has those little blue rings. If you like those, that option's fine. The grille is very simple. You want the rally fogs, they do work, which is great. Obviously on a road going version you would do that. For the hood, again you want the vented hood. That's pretty much an exact copy of the rally cars. Lights, you want to stick with stock lights. You want the yellowy lights from the era. For livery, there's three options on the car. One is obviously none, but they did make road going versions after all. This livery, I'm going to try to remember to look up what livery, if anything, this is based on for real, and if there is I'll add something maybe towards the end of this video about it. And this is the one that most closely represents the Alitalia livery, which is the car of course we're building, the really famous one. I would go with a white number plate I think for this. For respray, all you need is a classic ice white. Now you'll notice that the ice white is not quite as bright as the one I have if I let go. That's simply because I'm using pure white, which is a crew colour, and often if I have pure white saved as a crew colour I go through quite a few of my white cars and just change them at the time, and it can have benefits with liveries as we've seen on other videos. Here it really doesn't matter. Your secondary is still the same, pure white or classic ice white. For the roof you definitely want painted louvers, which is the stock roof. For real, the Alitalia livery went all the way over those. For spoiler, this little lip wasn't on the real spoiler, and if you look at the difference you can remove it, but on none, which is a stock roof spoiler, even that little lip seems to be slightly more aggressive than was on the real Stratos. I seem to have picked extended spoiler, which is slightly worse. And what am I doing? Well, I've done it just to help the car drive a little bit better. I feel that when this is on static display that is not all that noticeable, but if you're going to be a real stickler and really go for it, then go for none. Transmission, again I like the car, so it's full turbo. I don't expect whooshing turbo noises on my non-turbo engine, so I haven't done that. The wheels we're going to take to LSC in just a second, and the windows of course on a car of both the era and the fact it's a competition car mean no tints on the windows. That's this part complete. Let's get to Los Santos Customs. Before we get there, here's the livery bit. Okay, it turns out that Air Hurler, haha, is the Alitalia livery. Of course, when I look at it now more closely, that really matches. It's perfect, except the green is blue, and I don't even see the Alitalia livery there really in the wrong colours, but that's what it is. Now in some ways it's better because it has better shaping and it passes over the rear louvers of course. I've looked up on GTA Wiki and it says that this Stronzo livery is based on an Alitalia livery as used in some Sega 2 racing games, where I guess that Sega had done what Rockstar now do and they changed it around a bit as well. Anyway, I'm definitely sticking with the Stronzo one. It gives me the right colours. Okay, the stock wheels for this car are the perfect wheel. Now, I know a lot of people say, well, I can't paint the stock wheels, so I'm going to go to... Seen it somewhere. No. this. They go for the Tropos wheel, named of course after the car, and it's the correct style. But as you can see, it's very big wheels, very thin, low profile tyres. It does not look even approaching right when you compare with this. So we want to paint the stock wheels, and I'll write the method down. We'll go through it slowly, and I'm actually going to use this as a reference video in future if ever stock wheels need to be painted. So how to paint stock wheels? Well, the first thing I'm going to do is just take us back to normal stock wheels. So I'll take a different wheel and then I'll go back to stock wheels. Okay, this is how we would have rolled the car out. So the first thing to do is to go from your stock wheels to a nice cheap other wheel. Classic 5 in the muscle is I think the cheapest wheel you can get. So select Classic 5. Now paint your wheel. We want one of the yellows. Race yellow. Select race yellow. Now we escape from that, go back to wheel type, into any class, stock rim, select the stock rim. As soon as you selected it, you stop doing stuff at Los Santos Customs and you exit out. And once you're out of Los Santos Customs, you exit the game. Now I think that going to single player is enough, so let's see. Hey Franklin. Okay, and now we'll go back. It helps if your spawn location is somewhere close to where you were before, otherwise of course you're going to be displaced. Mine is simply the workshop. So we're back in the game. Let's have a look at the car. You can see already painted stock wheels. So that's really all you have to do, and it's a great technique to know. Well, I hope you enjoyed that, both the little tutorial part and the build for this car. I've had the car this way before, I've also had it as a road going car, but you know, I'm going to leave it like this now. I find that this is the archetypal build for the car. I really enjoy it. This is not a review, but I also really enjoy driving the car as well. I forgot to mention, but this car is still available. Woohoo! Anyway, if you found this even just slightly enjoyable, inspirational or useful, I would really appreciate a hit of the like button. It costs you nothing, it's worth everything to me. Sub if you like real cars in GTA. And as always, I thank you so much for watching.